How's it going, everybody? I am the Kia Shadow, and oh great, another Xenoverse 2 video. Don't expect these anymore, because I think I'm done with this game. This game is now even more broken than it was before. It was just updated, so that means this update made it worse. I won't be buying DLC 8, I won't be recording any new videos until the game is fixed. I don't even want to see this game anymore. It has gotten to the point where I just cannot fucking stand this anymore. I'm going to talk about a few problems that I have with the game, or at least problems that have arisen now that we have the new update for the DLC that's going to be dropping tomorrow as of this recording, actually. And we're actually going to be starting with the biggest thing, or like the only actual thing that we really got in the new update, and that is the new raid mode that we have in the game now. So this is just a tutorial, it's offline, so while I'm here I'm going to talk about some of the issues that I previously talked about, being that now we have an issue where problems that were exclusive to online, such as being hit out of range, being hit in situations where you shouldn't reasonably be hit, you know, things like that, those can now occur offline as well. We were once at a point where you could at least say, oh, it works offline, it is supposed to work, and you have a basis to say that the game needs to be fixed. Now that even things like that are happening offline, you no longer have that gauge. You no longer have basically the ability to say, oh, well, it worked offline, so it should work, because now the issues that were online are now offline. And I guess now I should probably talk about the issues that I have with the new raid mode. The issue that I kind of have with the new raid mode is the fact that despite the fact that you have these buffs and you have access to these moves and such, you still don't really feel like a raid boss, or at the very least you don't even feel like an expert mission boss. And if you do, you might feel nerfed. And I will explain that a little more in depth later, but essentially you do not have some of the same abilities as an actual raid boss or expert boss. For starters, Peel Storm, or whatever it's called, Peel Slice or whatever, the spinny blade thing, that is an evasive for you in this mode. Meanwhile, actual raid bosses and expert bosses will have access to both that and their evasive that their actual like in-game character has. So again, you are nerfed. There's other things that kind of solidify that whole thing of you being nerfed, but essentially, when I play at least, I don't actually feel like a raid boss or an expert boss like I should. What I feel like is essentially someone with a weird cheat. Now, this is going to be my first online experience with the raid mode, and do you notice anything? Let me zoom in on that. 3 characters are locked. Those 3 characters are the characters that have been most advertised. Zamasu, Mira, and Demigra. You cannot pick them, at least as of right now. So here is my first experience with this raid mode, and the issue that I guess I could say is that depending on who you end up getting in a room with, your experience will either be so incredibly easy that it's really boring, or so incredibly frustrating that you just don't have fun and you don't care. Now, we're about to see one of the things that makes me feel as if we are nerfed in comparison to actual raid bosses. Keep your eye on my stamina up here, and notice how it gets broken. You have fake super armor. You don't have the same kind of super armor that an actual raid or expert boss would have. What you essentially have is a permanent fighting pose. You know that fighting pose that when you have it active, it drains your stamina instead of your health? You basically have that, and it's permanent. But even with this gymped nerfed thing, with this like gymped nerfed super armor, I'm still able to take out multiple people at once, or at least take out people fairly quickly, because these people are not coming at me as if I am a raid boss. They're coming at me as if I am a player. which they should not do, because if they come at me as if I'm a player, then they will not win. In fact, they don't win. They lose hard. They get fucked. Like, no joke. Because they come at me as if I'm a player rather than a raid boss, they had no chance from the start. So, yeah, that's a problem. Also, something I'm going to address right now. I was rumored that with this raid mode, you're supposed to be able to get, like, rewards, outfits, and things of that nature that were originally exclusive to previous events that aren't coming back. Well, here's the thing about that. What you get is completely random. That's right. You don't even get any way of selecting what you want. It is completely up to RNG. Here is my second attempt, or not my second, my third attempt at the raid mode. Why not my second attempt? Because we'll get into that later. But what this will be an example of is both how this game is broken beyond belief and why it's not fun for you. Why it's not fun when they come at you as if you are a raid boss, you know, coming at you like they're supposed to. And the reason for that is, again, that gymped, like, nerfed super armor, or I guess I could call it the permanent fighting pose, because if they come at you as if you're a raid boss, that will drain quickly, your stamina will be broken, and you are absolutely fucked. Now, another issue that I have is that, like I said before, Peel or Storm, it is an evasive for you. So, why does it need a recharge period? Everything that is raid exclusive, or at least raid boss exclusive in terms of moves, has a recharge period. But considering that also includes the raid exclusive, or the raid boss exclusive evasive, that is not a good thing, because if you're caught in a situation where you need to get out because you are fucked, then you kind of need that evasive. After I lost, by the way, someone that was on mic started bragging about how they beat me. Good for you, you beat someone that couldn't reasonably do anything in that situation. But I'm going to get past that, because that is the least of my worries right now. In fact, what we're about to see at the results screen from that attempt is actually something that kind of confused me. We are about to see the thing that doesn't make any goddamn sense. And you know what that is?
Now!
Despite the fact that I lost, I still got rewarded. I was still able to get something out of it, even though I lost. And you might be thinking, oh, you got less stuff than on your first attempt, so maybe you get less stuff when you lose. I already have evidence for that being bullshit. Watch. This is my second attempt. As you see, I lost. And guess what you're about to see?
Incredible. Now
I get three rewards, 3 items out of that. So trying to tell me that, oh, you lost so you get less stuff is bullshit. It is completely up to RNG. And I can kind of understand someone's argument saying that, well, you gotta get something out of it considering you're using up a depletable resource in order to even start these things. Okay, why does it need to be a depletable resource in order to actually play this mode? In order for you to play this mode, you need an item called a Demon Realm Crystal, or Demon Realm Shard, whatever. In order for you to actually start a raid event in this mode, you need to use one of those crystals, and they are incredibly hard to get. You only get them by doing export missions, and the chances of you getting them are very slim. In fact, I think there was a bigger, like, Xenoverse YouTuber who said, hey, they did export missions like up to 20 times and only managed to get 2 crystals. Why is this the case? I personally believe that the devs behind Xenoverse 2 made it this difficult in order for you to get these crystals, in order for them to artificially increase the lifespan of Xenoverse 2, even more so than they already have by constantly adding more and more DLC to this game, and without fixing it, by the way, instead of just trying to Maybe make Xenoverse 3. Maybe make a product that is actually worth a damn. But they don't. They just want to keep adding more and more onto Xenoverse 2 because that is what's making them money right now. Even though I kind of think that you would make more money out of Xenoverse 3, but I digress. This game needs to die already. With how many issues that this game has had, and the fact that the devs said that they would fix it, but they still refuse to fix it. If anything, they're continuing to break it more and more beyond repair. And I've heard rumors about dips. I've heard that there are people that don't really give a shit unless an entire community has an uproar about it. But the Xenoverse 2 community is having an uproar about all of the issues that this game has had, but they still refuse to fix this fucking game. No matter how much people bitch, no matter how much people complain, as long as people buy the content that is coming with the game, as long as people keep supporting this game, they will not fix it. They will think, it's fine, it doesn't need fixing, when it clearly does. People are complaining about this day in and day out. They want this game to be good, but it will continue to be absolute dog shit until they stop buying into it. If we stop buying into it, they will realize that there is a problem with the game, and then they will make efforts to fix it so that they can keep making their money. I'm done with Xenoverse 2. I might stream it, actually make use of that Twitch channel, but overall, I'd say that I'm done. This game is not really going to be on my radar anymore. If I want an anime game or a game like that where I can create a custom character, be able to do all that shit with it, I'll get SAO Fatal Bullet. I will get Jump Force when that game comes out. Just something that we have seen work. I have personally seen SAO work. Everyone seems to think that Jump Force works. Just not Xenoverse 2. Not this game. This game has it's run its course. It's essentially a zombie at this point, and we just need to let it die. It is suffering as a result of it being forced to stay alive. I'm the Key of Shadow, and I'm signing out.